Where does your basketball background start, and how did you develop a passion for the game?
Well, started in Connecticut. That's where I'm born and raised. And I started playing basketball at probably 6 or 7 years old. Played in high school and then played in college. I played Division I for 2 years at Central Connecticut, and then I transferred to Division II to Sacred Heart University. So I was a 4-year college player, and then got into coaching pretty much as soon as I was done playing, and was fortunate along the way in my career to get a lot of breaks, and I became a head coach at the age of 28 at the Division II level.
Why did you choose FSC?
It was too good of an opportunity to pass up. I was not looking to leave. I was at the head coach at Southern Connecticut, and we were ranked as high as number 2 in the country. But when this job opened, obviously Florida Southern won the men's basketball championship in 2015, and I knew it was probably one of the best jobs in the country. And when I came down here for the interview, my wife and I were just completely blown away with everything about Florida Southern.
You had a great recruiting class this year with some major contributors. How does this year's incoming class look so far?
So far, so good. We have 3 commitments thus far. We can only publicly talk about one of them because one of them signed in the fall, so he has signed his national letter of intent. And the kid who we signed is from Indiana, a 6-foot guard who we signed in November, and he scored over 1,900 points at his high school, and he's a guy that to watch here over the next 4 years. And he's just a really good kid from a really good high school program, and we're excited to see him play next year.
What do you think the team's biggest strength was this season, and what is something that needs improvement?
I think that one of our biggest strengths compared to the previous years, this team, I thought, they really were good friends off the court. I thought that was important. I mean, they seemed to really kind of bond. There were no issues off the court or anything like that. But on the court, I don't know if we're at times the best fit with one another, because you could be. I always say to guys, you don't have to be best friends, but you do have to complement each other on the court. It's important.
Who are some of the key players from this season returning in the fall, and what expectations do you have for them individually as players?
Well, Brett Hansen is our leading scorer who's returning. Brett averaged about 13 points a game for us as a freshman. Jack Roush played a lot for us as a freshman as well. Jack averaged just under 9 points a game. So those 2 guys will be certainly guys that we're going to rely upon. And then we're going to be young again, but one of our seniors returning, Tyler Ross, averaged about 10.5 points a game. So those 3 guys are going to be guys that we'll look to for on-court leadership and experience. But all 3 know that they have to improve their game.
What is your best memory from the season?
Best memory? I really thought we had 2 separate 3-game winning streaks, and those 3 games, so it's 6 games in total, those 3-game winning streaks were just a lot of fun. It felt like we could have played with anybody at that point because things were clicking, things were rolling, and it was fun to come to practice every day.
You didn't stop coaching or look frustrated a lot, even though your team was didn't have a lot of winning games that you won this season, but you kept coaching. And do you think that's because of your many years in coaching, or do you think?
I think that certainly my experience has helped because my whole career I've kind of rebuilt programs. Mm-hmm. So I'm used to, like I said, growth takes time. So I'm used to being patient, so to speak, and watching things develop and grow. And I do know it's a process. But more importantly, I really had a lot of faith and confidence in this team this year because...
What are your expectations for the team as a whole next season?
Because our goal is to win the league championship tournament next year. Our Florida Southern's going to be hosting the conference tournament next year. This past year was at Embry-Riddle, and we're hosting the men's and women's tournament here next year. So that's extra motivation for our guys. But, of course, we want to make the NCAA tournament. But the first goal is to win our conference.
What is your favorite part about this team off the court?
Good. They're just good guys. They're kind of goofy. They like to have. I know they like to have fun. But they're easygoing. Like, they're just very easy. They'll come in here all the time and talk, and they're just kind of easygoing guys. I like having around my family. That's important. If they weren't good guys, they wouldn't be obviously around my family. But that's probably the best thing. I can talk to these guys about other things just than just basketball.